Good morning, everybody. My name is Kata. Welcome to Kata B Fitness and welcome to today's Saturday surprise workout. Today we're going to be doing a resistance band strength workout. It's going to be no repeats. The only time we're going to repeat an exercise is when we do the right side and then the left side. So today we're going to use resistance bands. If you don't have a resistance band and you want to use dumbbells, you can absolutely do the same workout with us using the dumbbells. I do recommend having a couple different sizes of resistance bands, so maybe a light and a medium or a medium and a heavy, because just like dumbbells, you know, your shoulders are going to be a little bit weaker than your legs, so you can use a lighter resistance band for your shoulders and a heavier resistance band for your legs. You have different options for the resistance bands. You can use the longer ones that have the handles on the ends. You can use like a therapy band. This one's a little short. I usually recommend right around 5 feet, maybe 6, depending on your height, but you can use those. And then if you have access to one of the large loop bands, you can also use a large loop band for some of the exercises. This one's one of the smaller ones. They do make thicker ones with heavier resistance, but you can also use, again, one of these large loop bands. This one would be a little bit tricky to do with just the small loop band, but you can still do a few of the exercises with one if that's all you have. But that being said, we're going to go ahead and get warmed up, and then we're going to get started into our workout. We've got 3 circuits, 6 exercises per circuit, and I'm just going to go 1 through 18. That's how my timer is set. But if you need to take a break, you can take it at any time. You know your body better than I do. But we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start with our toe lift. So just a lift and a lift. Heels up, right then left. Good. 4, 3. We're going to bring it up nice and tall. We're just going to do a really good march. So one of our exercises today is going to be a march with a banded chest press. If you're using dumbbells, you're going to bring it up and down, going from a low position up to a higher position. But if you're standing and you're using that band, we're going to be right here. Good. 8, 4, 3, feet hip width apart, hands at the shoulders, take it down. Stand, reach for the sky. So nice, good squat. We're going to do a little bit of movement prep here today. We're going to drop and then we're going to lift. So drop. This is one of our exercises. We're going to do a squat to press, all on one side. Second round, we're going to do the other side. So nice, good squat. Lunge, not lunge, press, squat. All right, forward step and reach. Take it forward and back. Reach and pull, squeezing the shoulder blades together. We're waking up the back for our rows, for our pull downs. And again, lunges is one of our exercises today. Good. 4, 3, 2. All right, back into the center. Take it up. We're going to take shoulder towards the opposite hip. We're going to do Russian twist. This is your standing variation. Those of you that don't want to go to the floor. 4, 3, hamstring curls. We're going to press it back. So this is our tricep kickback. It's going to be one of our exercises today. You have a couple options. You can kick it back or you can take it overhead. All right, let's take the legs nice and wide. We're going to do a little bit of an inner thigh stretch, waking up those hips. We are not doing any side lunges or curtsies today, but it's still a good idea to wake up those inner thighs. Get a little movement in. Does anybody have that day where you've just got that really itchy nose? That's me today. All right, bring those feet in hip width apart. We're going to hinge it forwards, and then we're going to stand nice and tall. So deadlifts is one of our exercises today. So this is our movement pattern, our movement practice. Hinge it forwards, stand up nice and tall. Good. So I like to do this with my hands right by the sides of my legs. My hands are actually running down my thighs, coming back up. All right, sit it back, a little bit of a squat. Side step to the right, side step to the left. Press. This is going to be one of our exercises today. Just a nice good side step. You can use a band if you want to, or just practice the side steps. Good. 4, 3, 2. Bring it into the center. We're gonna lift it up, heels up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale up, exhale down. Good, one more. Good, keep the arms up there. We're going to pull and release. So lift the toes. So think about hands are against the wall behind you. We're gonna pull it down, reach it up. So this focus is less on the push, more on the pull. 4, 3, 2. Good, bring it in the center, march it. We're just gonna do those curls. Good, 8, 7. Last 4, 3, 2. All right, march it out, shake it out. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down into your back pocket. Grab a quick drink of water. We have 18 exercises, 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest, 1 round, no repeats. So we're gonna grab a band. We're gonna do a squat to press. And you have a couple of options with how you put your feet. So we wanna make sure that our hands are a little bit behind us, or our elbows can be forwards. Now, option 1 is you can just step on your band here because we're doing all one side. Now, if you've got a longer band, you might be able to hold your band by your hip and have your arm up and do your press. It just kind of depends on how you're feeling. Just make sure that band is nice and secure. I do this, don't do this. Keep your hands closed. I had somebody have the band come off of their hand once, so don't let that happen to you. I do this all the time and I really need to stop. So hold on to that band, squat to press in 3, 2, and 1. So it's just nice and tall. We're gonna squat it down and we're gonna press it up to the ceiling. Squat and press. So you can see I just did it, squat to press. Now again, you can do this with a dumbbell. If you don't have a band, that's okay. You're just gonna take it down, squat, press it up and overhead. So down and lift. And if you need to have your elbow pointing forwards for a more comfortable press, you can. I just like having mine open a little bit out to the corner, out to the side. Next exercise is a lunge. We're just gonna do one leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So we're going to make sure that band is nice and even underneath one foot. I like my hands at my shoulders. You can have them down at your hips. We're going to drop down and we're going to press through. So drop and press. Your time is officially on. So drop the back knee down, push through. Secure that front foot to the floor. If you notice that you have a tendency to push your knee forward, lift your heel. I want you to glue that heel to the floor. Glue the ball of the foot to the floor. You want to secure that band underneath that foot. Again, you can hold it a little bit more at the center. You can hold it down at your hips. I've got a longer band. I'm going for the shoulders. Next exercise is going to be a row. I just like using bands, especially if you're traveling. They're light, they're compact. You can take them just about anywhere. Here's 2 and 1. We're gonna go for rows. I have to cinch up tighter on my band for these. First, gonna do a nice good forward fold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'm just gonna do a nice good pull. So I'm doubling up on my band. You can absolutely do both arms at the same time if you want to. I'm just getting a little bit of single side work for this first set. pull towards the front of your pelvis. So nice, good squeeze. Again, you can be here doing both at the same time, feet hip width, but I like doing a little single-sided and I'm doubling up my band. This is the one thing I kind of don't like about this one band. It's longer and the handles like to get in the way. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna do those same 3 exercises over on the other side. So we're gonna start with that squat to press. So we're just gonna hold it right here. 2 and 1. So we squat it down, press it up overhead. Squat and press. And since we have the band, it kind of likes to pull us back. Make sure we're not arching our low back here. Nice, good reach. Squat and press it up. Again, if you need to, elbows pointing towards me, palms facing in. A lot of people, that just feels a little bit more comfortable on their shoulders. So we've got 10 seconds. We're gonna go for those lunges. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, lunge. Band is nice and secured underneath that foot. Again, I'm gonna bring my hands up by my shoulders. You can hold them by your hips. Whatever's gonna work better. Here we go. Drop the back knee, press through. Going for a little bit more strict strength today. That just means we're focusing on isolation exercises. So we're focusing on one muscle. Good, down and up. So lower and lift. Good, we've got about 12 seconds to go. Nice, good push. So we're pushing up on that band. Don't let the band pull you down so that you go down quickly. Control it. So think about a band. Good, rest, going for rows. Because bands are just gigantic rubber bands. That's all they are. So nice, good forward fold, shoulders down. We're just gonna pull it right up towards our hip. So here, and then release. Pull and release. You can see my hand isn't quite getting to my hip, and that's okay, because I'm feeling that squeeze in my back, and that's all I need. So you want to try to get full range of motion. You really want to feel those muscles pulling. So nice, good pull. Good squeeze. Shoulder blades in towards the center of your spine, pulling them down and back a little bit into your back pocket. Good, 12 seconds. Our next exercise is going to be a deadlift. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, deadlifts. Feet hip width apart, band is secure under the feet. This is another one I have to cinch up on this particular band. Shoulders down and back. I'm gonna hinge it back, and then we're gonna stand nice and tall. So good, hinge and lift. So think about shoulders down and back. We don't wanna let our arms reach down and out towards our toes. Pull them down and back. Tighten up that core in your torso. Close the car door and then reach down, pick up your groceries. After this, we're gonna do banded side steps. So if you've got a loop band and you've got time, put it around your thighs, but I'm just gonna hold on to this band, make an X in front, and we're gonna focus on our side steps. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. A little bit of a rest. I make an X so that I secure that band around my feet. I never let my feet come completely in touch with each other or into contact. And we're gonna do side stepping. And the goal for this, truly, is not to let your feet go out and forget about your knees, but we don't want to turn it out and start to duck foot. That's where you lose your band. So hips, knees, and toes are pointing forwards, and it's just a good side step. You should feel your thighs burning right up by your hips and your glutes fairly quickly. If that gets to be too much, hold your band a little bit lower. I like to hold mine by my hips, elbows back. Good. 10 seconds. We're going for bicep curls. 3, 2, and 1. Definitely feeling those thighs burn. So I'm going to do feet hip width or a little bit wider. If you've got a short band, 1 foot in the center is going to work just fine. Here's 2 and 1. So curl and bring it down. So for me, for curls, this band is a little bit light, but it works. If you need to make it a little easier, bring your feet closer together or only have 1 foot in the center. For those of you that are with me, you can take your legs a little bit wider. Next exercise, side raise. This is another one where I step on the band, do one side only. This band is a little heavy, so I try to make it kind of a big band, make it longer. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so kind of like we did with our squats, I'm holding on to the other end. You don't have to, but I'm going to take my band, I'm going to bring it up and take it down again. Good, time's on. Now you can stop halfway. Don't have to go all the way up, but if you can, pain-free range of motion. It's kind of the nice thing about a band is you're gonna have that resistance the entire range of motion, whereas a dumbbell, once you get to about here, you're gonna lose that tension. Good, so rest when you need to, all the way up, all the way down. My shoulders are one of my weak points, so I really gotta work on these. 10 seconds. So I'm definitely feeling these. Good, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So you kind of move it over. The one thing that's a little tricky is getting that tension somewhat equal on the opposite side. 3, 2, and 1. Good, so starting here. And what helps me is sometimes we lift, and with a band it's a little different, but I want you to kind of stiffen up your elbow so that we're really moving from the shoulder all the way up and all the way down. It can be at that angle, that scapular plane, does not have to be straight out to the side. So again, you can go part way up, half to 3/4, and then down. All the way up is just going to change that range of motion. It's going to be a little bit harder. Last exercise here is that marching chest press. 2 and 1. Carefully release that band. If you're doing bands with me, you're going to take it behind your back. You're going to cinch up a little bit tight. I have to cinch up quite a bit on this one. 2 and 1. So we're going to press. We don't want to round our shoulders when we do this one. It's a nice, good push. And again, if you've got those dumbbells, you're going to do a low to high march just because that's going to get your chest a little bit more and make it a little bit less of a front raise or a little bit less full shoulders right here. Good march, good push. If you need to do this on the floor and you're comfortable with it, you can do a leg lift while you're doing a dumbbell chest press on the floor. Absolutely an option. Next circuit, we're going to the floor. You do not have to. Here's 2, 1. Take it down to the floor, hands and knees, kneeling or half kneeling, tricep kickback, nice and tall. Tuck your tail, squeeze your glute. Right hand, left shoulder. Left hand is going to be by your ribs. We're going to kick it back and bring it up nice and tall. If you don't want to do this on the floor, you can be standing. I want you to think about doing this with a lunge position, get a little bit of core work. If you're using dumbbells, you're gonna need that forward fold. Just keep that in mind. So if you're doing dumbbells, gotta have that forward fold, because remember, dumbbells work against gravity. Bands, that's not the issue. Good, 10 seconds. We're gonna switch sides. So going over to the other tricep. Nice, good kneeling position. Brace your core. Good, bring it in. I just do a flip, and that's all I need. But again, this time half kneeling, tuck your tail, left hand, right shoulder, right hand cinches up by your ribs, shoulders down and back, straighten and bend. So it's just a nice, good glute squeeze. And again, if you're in that dumbbell category today, you want that forward fold. And you can do that when you're here too, but this one I like because I'm focusing on my core position, tucking my ribs, squeezing my glutes. You've got about 20 seconds. Your next exercise is a bridge on the ground. You're gonna have the band across your hips with your hands on the floor, or you can put a dumbbell right in the crook of your hips, hold on to it. If you're standing, you're gonna do an alternating straight leg lift back behind you. Good, bring it in all the way down. So again, all the way down, knees bent, feet flat, press it across the crease of your hips. The hard part for this is you're going to glue the hands and the band to the floor. So tuck it under right here. Lift and then lower. Your hands are going to want to lift when you lift up your hips. Don't let them. You're getting isometric back work here because you're gonna feel this tomorrow, especially with that tension holding those bands and hands down to the floor. So good lift and good lower. And again, if you're standing, you're gonna do kind of a alternating donkey kick. Kick it back, bring it forwards. We have 10 seconds and we're gonna come up for a Russian twist. Good, bring it all the way up. I like to take my band, fold it in half. We're not gonna do a lot of pulling, but it's shoulders down. I want you to add just a little bit of tension on that band. Hold that tension as we go corner to corner and side to side. If you're holding your tension, your arms are not going to bend and do this. So shoulders down, little tension. Hold that tension the whole time. We want to draw that half rainbow. If you're holding onto a dumbbell, you can hold it by your hips, or you can hold it out in front of you just like this, your choice. Good, less than 15 seconds. We're gonna hold a V-sit, and we're gonna do our band pull aparts. If you're standing, you can do this standing, same thing. Good, all right, take that band. I like to do palms facing up, palms facing down is okay. Set the shoulders down and back into your back pocket. You're gonna be at a little bit of an angle. V-sit back, hold it, stretch, and in, stretch, and in. If this gets to be too much, just lay down on your back or sit all the way up, not arching your low back. That's the important part. The shoulders down, pull, and release. Legs straight is going to be a little bit easier. Knees bent, a little bit harder. If you're standing, you're just going to do this standing. I got to feel a little bit of a rest, or take a little bit of a rest because I'm feeling it, but it's okay. Right here. Don't pull down to your tummy or up overhead. Right to your breastbone, right to the collarbone. Last exercise. Good. Flip it over onto your tummies with or without a band. So it's going to be nice and fun. So we're going to take it out, arms out. We're going to do a little bit of a pull down. So lift, pull, release, and take it down. Lift, pull, release, and down. You can do this with no equipment. That's perfectly all right. You can do this standing, so keep going. If you've got a band, you can absolutely do this one standing. Now notice my band is not coming down to my tummy. Pull it down, reach it up. If you've got dumbbells today, you're gonna do this exercise, no equipment. This is your last one for today. So lift, pull, and down. Good, 3, 2, and 1. I'm just gonna set that band off to the side. Rest the body, rest the shoulders. You can rest your chin on your hands. If you're standing, you can walk it around. I'm gonna sit back into a little bit of a child's pose, but you can rest on your tummy. We're just gonna go for a little bit of stretching. This is a good time to grab a drink or to move your equipment out of the way if you need to. All right, let's all sit back into child's pose if you aren't already. If you're standing, hands on a countertop, just think about stretching out where your shoulders attach to your torso. So that's kind of what we're going for here. This is a really good stretch for your lats, for a little bit of shoulder mobility. Good, let's bring it up, hands and knees. We're just gonna do a shoulder blade pinch. So pull the shoulders down and back into your back pocket, belly's in, and we're going to squeeze the shoulders, and then we're gonna press them away. If you're standing, I want you to think about having your hands on the wall. And if that doesn't work for you today, then I just want you to pinch your shoulder blades together without your hands being attached to anything. So squeeze and push. Squeeze, push. The hard part for me is I always end up arching my back. So I've got to think about pulling the belly in. So squeeze, press, elbow straight. One more time, squeeze and press. Go ahead and sit it back, hips to heels. We're just gonna roll the shoulders up, back, and down into our back pocket. Let's take one leg, bring it around to the front. We're gonna come up to a standing position. So we're gonna take right heel forward. We're gonna take a nice deep breath in, reach it up, and then we're going to hinge. Reach it down to the toe. Good, bring it up. Exhale, hinge. So we're doing a little movement here versus just holding your stretch. So lift and down. Spine is neutral. One more time, lift and down. Let's bring it up, shift your weight into your front leg. Back leg takes a little bit of a bigger step back. We're gonna take heel down, heel up. All 10 toes pointing forwards. Down, lift. Should feel a little stretch under your big toe. 2. Good, bring it all the way up. We're going to tuck, release, tuck, release. All this is, truly, is a glute squeeze. So tuck, release, tuck. 2, 1, good. We're gonna switch. So we're gonna take that other foot in front, toe up, we're gonna hinge, and then bring it up nice and tall. So shoulders away from the ears, ribs are tucked, hinge it forwards, stretch the hamstring, and then just come up to standing, reach for the ceiling versus back behind you. Good, hinge, and lift. One more time, hinge, and lift. All right, let's shift our weight to our front leg. Back heel is gonna go down and up, down and up. So again, all 10 toes are pointing forwards. My back foot tends to like to kick out to the side. Good, hold it up, tuck, release, tuck. So this is a little bit of a glute strengthener, but this is also a nice good hip opener. 3, 2, 1. Bring it in the center. Take those legs nice and wide. This is a hamstring stretch, so tail feathers are tucked. We're gonna hinge at our hips. So we're going to turn to the right, Hinge it forward, draw a half circle, knees are straight, tailbone lifts to the ceiling, return back into the center. Turn to the left. Hinge it, lift the tailbone towards the ceiling, stretch the hamstrings, bring it in. Now if you can reach, brush the floor, and bring it all the way up. Turn, and take it all the way around. So if you're watching, we're not turning and rounding our spine here. It's a turn, it's a hinge. Really think, I want to lift my tailbone and point it up towards the floor. Keep that neutral spine. If that means you're here, that's okay. Everybody is different. Good, one more time. Reach, hinge, and bring it in. We're gonna take our hands, pull it down, squeeze the elbows together. So pull it down and back into your back pocket. Ribs are tucked. So a nice good stretch. Keep it here. Can we start to now reach the arms out? So hopefully you're reaching kind of far back. If you're tight, you might be more forwards. That's okay. But our shoulders are down in our back pocket. Bring it into the center, hands to the shoulders. Walk your fingers towards the middle of your back. Try to keep elbows in versus elbows out. We just did elbows out. Now we want to do elbows in. Can you reach maybe towards the opposite shoulder, keeping your head neutral? Good, bring it down. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Thumbs pointing forwards, palms facing in towards the center of your body. Good, shoulders down, ear to shoulder, side to side. Bring the head up, look to the right, look to the left. Four, three, two, one. Bring it in the center, big breath in, spread those fingers. Exhale, thumb to index, middle, ring, and pinky. Good, big breath in. Index, middle, ring, and pinky. Good, one more time, big breath. And out. And you are all done. So I want you to give yourself a nice good pat on the back, whether you did that workout all standing or whether you used a resistance band or dumbbells. If you like this workout, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button or leave a comment below. And if you have an idea or a workout that you would like to do that we haven't done for a while, go ahead and let me know. You can put that in the comments as well. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope the weather is behaving for you at least a little bit. It's cold today, but it's sunny, so I am all for it. But have a good day, get outside, and I'll hope to see you next week.